Hi, welcome to a bit of a change from this, not my greenhouse, but actually from in my house. So I thought I'd take you around some of the plants, carnivorous plants I've got on the various windowsills in the house. Um, this one's not on the windowsill because it really doesn't fit very well these days, and certainly not for filming. So I brought this one downstairs. So this is one of my trays of Nepenthes. This is a tray with some really big Nepenthes in. So if we go from the left here, we've got ventricosa crossed with robcantleyi. I mean, this in itself is just huge in terms of a plant. I mean, the leaves are massive. And when you start to look at the actual traps, I thought this one was quite an impressively large picture. And then she produced this one, which is about twice the size. And this is just spectacular. I mean, guys, I struggle to actually fit this in the frame. It is so large. I mean, the opening there is absolutely beautiful. On the inside of the lid. Rather annoyingly, she does insist on holding that trap the wrong way round, which is a bit of a shame. We've got another little one coming here. Got some of the older ones here I've left on. I might take these off soon. That's still not that older one. Got a little one here. It's odd she produced that one that small. It almost like it opened before it really developed properly. So that's, like I say, that's robcantleyi crossed with ventricosa. Next to that is my Linda, which is a gothica crossed with ventricosa again. This is actually quite tall. I've actually had to cut this down. But again, she produces some really nice pictures here. Nothing like on the scale to the one next to her. But still very nice. And there's a new one developing there. This one hiding in here is another one from the ventricosa robcantleyi. The tendrils all the way around the back of this one. This again is going to be another really massive picture. We then got another Linda, and then on the end here, another really beauty is my burbidgeae crossed with robcantleyi. Again, I'll try and get out a bit further on this one so you can actually see the whole thing. This is really beautiful. This opened up last week. It was much lighter in colour. The peristome here was really light with some beautiful colouring on it. She's gradually beginning to darken down. Look at the inside of that lid there. Really beautiful. This one is actually really quite furry to the touch. It's really rather strange. Quite different compared to the robcantleyi ventricosa one, which is really smooth. She's got another trap around the back here. Can't easily get that one. But again, this is another really large leafed specimen, and that trap is really beautiful. So I look forward to her producing more. She's got another little one coming. So what I'll do is I'll move these out of the way, and I'll find some others to show you back shortly. Okay, back again with a different tray. This took a bit of moving because one left here is really rather large. I did leave her on because she produced some flowers. So sorry, this one is this is bilbailey, Nepenthes bilbailey. So it's got a beautiful dark sort of purple red colour here. Really beautiful. That's doing really nicely. It's got lots of traps on here. Got some new ones coming. Another nice new one coming around the back here. In fact, actually this plant has a basal growth coming off it. So that's the basal growth. And then we've got the main stem that's going up. It produced a couple of quite small ones part way up. I love the little twirl and the actual tendril there. And then she's decided to produce, literally in the last about a month, she's produced some pictures right high up. I mean, this is already must be about 1 metre up now. And then another one right at the top here. I wasn't going to cut this off yet because she had flowered, and I'd actually crossed her with my ventricosa robcantleyi, with my Linda. She's now just about set seed. You can just about see those pods. Probably not with the camera doesn't focus. They're just about starting to split, so I'm going to collect those seeds. But I'm now not going to be able to cut that off to take cuttings. Not now she's decided to put some traps up there. Interesting how this higher up trap is green compared to lower down traps, which are this beautiful red colour. So that's really nice. Across here we've got aristolochioides crossed with spectabilis. Now this is a really nice one. She produces really beautiful sort of almost like little jar shaped traps. You can see all the nectar there glistening on the lid there, and the colouring is really, really beautiful. And it has a really nice wide peristome which is glistening there, really beautiful. She's got another little pitch around the back there, and she's also got some, there was one hiding somewhere, there we go. This is one of her newer ones a little bit further up, which is really, really beautiful as well. And again, she has decided to put a bit of a growth spurt on upwards. Doesn't unfortunately have any basils yet, so I'm not going to cut her off just yet. This is a nice little one I got from a guy online who I actually bought some other Nepenthes from. This is veitchii crossed with burbidgeae, crossed with burbidgeae, well, you can read that. I just can't pronounce it. This is still quite a junior little plant, but it has some really nice little traps here. Some lovely colouring there. And some nice nectar glistening there on the inside of the lid. And she's got another little one just coming back there. This is Aristo crossed with hamata. Again, this is really beautiful. So it's got quite toothy, nothing like as toothy as hamata, but it's sort of getting there with the sort of shape of Aristo on that one. And again, it's only quite a tiny little plant, but she's got loads and loads of traps on her. Another one around there, and she's got a beautiful basal growth coming here. And then this one at the end, that's another Bill Bailey. Again, you can see the beautiful colour of the traps low down. And the nectar glistening on the inside that lid there. It's really rather beautiful. And she's also got a load of basils coming off her as well, which at some point I'll try and take. So, I'll put you on pause again, and I'll go get another tray, and I'll try and get this one back into the windowsill where that massive tall growth was actually being propped up. So I can do that without breaking anything. I'll be back shortly. So here's another tray I've dug off the windowsill. So this one on the left here, that is going round and round and round. This is just fairly plain simple alata, and produces some fairly nice traps. I've had this quite some time, and if you look at this, you can see that that's the stem that's gone round. I basically trained it round itself. So rather than it vining, cutting it off, I've just let it go round and round and round. And that's probably gone round at least, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 times. Like I say, it produces some fairly nice traps. Oops, got itself stuck under there. Hold on. Come on. You've got to groan yourself underneath one of your old ones. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's alright. I've tried pollinating this one a few times, but it never seems to actually produce seed. I think alata must be sterile as a cross. There's another alata just in there. All a bit stuffed together here. And then here we've got my a singalana crossed with spectabilis. Not much happening on this at the moment. She's a beautiful plant. Got a nice sort of red coloured stem there. Nice big leaves. But at the moment she's only got a few traps just sort of forming. They're not open yet, so you can't see how nice these ones are just yet. They are very nice, these ones, but have to wait and see on that one. Across from that, we've got spectabilis crossed with veitchii. This is another absolute beauty in terms of colouring. Look at that as a picture. That's really nice. The banding there on the peristome is absolutely beautiful. And the actual colour of the trap body is really nice as well. And inside it's much lighter colour inside. Underneath the lid. That's really nice, that one. And she's got an older one stuffed in there. And she's got some more coming. I need to give her a better cane. She's falling over a bit. Yeah, that's coming out really nicely. There's a little one at the back there. I can't remember what that is. And at the front here, or this right hand side, we've got my Bloody Mary. Just move you out of the way. So this is doing alright actually. It's most of the traps are from last year. They're sort of dying off now. There's a few little new traps coming. That's all there. Quite small at the moment. But she's got new ones coming. That little one there. She's getting quite a bit of colouring off the sun on the windowsill. I'd be interested to know if you think this is too much. I mean, there are some leaves in there that are very red, but I think that's actually a leaf that is over. Some of the ones are quite red. She doesn't seem to be unhappy. She seems to produce traps perfectly happily. The leaves don't seem to die off when they get that sort of coloured. So I don't know, do you think that's too much red colouring? Is she getting too much sun? Or do you think that's fine? I mean, a lot of the others seem to be perfectly happy with the amount of sun they get. Alata seems to be quite happy. A few I do find, Linda especially, does seem to dislike the sun, and she will actually almost like get burns on her. But this is just tinging of red and colouring of red. Like I say, it doesn't seem to stop her trapping. There's another one there. And in fact, this has got, oh, don't know how many basal growths off it. And in fact, somewhere I had to, there we go, move that because it was a bit crowded. I've got another little one here, which again, she's actually got some nice traps off her. So this is a new trap from this year. But again, it's on a leaf that's been quite tinged. I say, do people think that is too much colouring? Should I be protecting them a bit more from the sun? That leaf curl there is not actually anything unpleasant. It's just where she's been, unfortunately, stuffed up against the other one. So there's nothing sinister going on there. That's just overcrowding rather than bugs or things. So that's another tray. Let me put you on pause again, and I'll go find some of the other trays I've got. I'll be back shortly. Okay, back again. Again, I've got another ridiculously tall one here. So this one is Nepenthes maxima. She did a while ago produce some quite nice traps at the bottom. They've long since gone over, and then she does actually have a basal growth there, but then she just decided to go up and up and up and up a bit more and up a bit more, all the way up to there. She has now decided further up to actually produce some traps that are going to hopefully set and come out. There's one there, there's another one there, so hopefully it'll actually do something. Otherwise I am going to have to cut this down because I'm having to tie it up to the curtain rail. Not this one, but another one. Then here I've got, let's find it. So this next one is, good label. That's boschiana crossed with grandiflora crossed with boschiana. Now this is a really nice one. I'll show you this one and I'll try and dig out the bigger one. So this has got some really beautiful traps. Beautiful markings, beautiful colours. Lovely inside. And the lid is absolutely covered in nectar, both on the inside and the out, and the whole body of the picture is covered. I mean, you can see those glistening globules of nectar there. The whole thing is absolutely covered in it. So put it on back. There's another one of them that's coming. There's another one of our beautiful traps, again covered in nectar, and then dug right in here. We can actually get her out. We've got another beautiful one here. Really big. Again, the lid of the trap is covered in nectar, as is the peristome, and all the way down the body. Really beautiful, that one. This has actually got 2 growing points. It's got one here. It's got one here. At some point I probably will cut one of these and try and root some of them. Again, she's been a bit crunched up against the window here, so she's rather turned back on herself, but the rest of the growing points are fine. Really nice again. This one is actually showing a little bit of catching the sun on some of these ones. This one is possibly the only one of concern. I don't know. Again, do people think that is too red? Should I be concerned about that? She's certainly not being slow producing traps. I mean, this is a little bit more red all over. More red in some places, but still, you know, this is more, I'd say this leaf is more sort of a blushed red. It's still basically green, but with a sort of a blush of red. Whereas the other leaves, yeah, they are still nice and green. She doesn't seem to be minding it. I mean, she's in the same position as she was last year, and these are just some of her traps from last year. I mean, she was so prolific. You just could not believe how many pictures she had on the go, and they were really good, decent size, like that one in there. Here's another one. Again, apologies, it's all a bit crowded. So this one is Gothica. Now, she hasn't actually got any new traps on her. This was her last one she did, which was quite nice and quite big. It was beautifully coloured. It's got gone over now, but she does have a nice tendril with one there, and we've got another tendril here, and you can sort of start to see some of the mottling and the colouring that will come on that. So that's going to be really nice. And then finally, we've got rigidifolia crossed with spectabilis. Again, I haven't got any completely out pictures, but here's a nice one that is developing. This again is a really nice dark coloured picture. Some beautiful mottling on the actual body, and also inside's nice. And again, I think this one, there we go, she's got basal growth, so there's nice basal growth coming in there. And here's the main plant coming up here, all looking really nice and healthy. And just beginning now we're into partway through June now, they're actually all starting to produce some nice traps. They've all went a bit quiet up to this point, but now they're starting to produce nice traps. So yeah, I'll go and get another tray. I'll put this one back and carefully tie him back to the curtain rail so he doesn't fall over, and I'll grab another tray. Nothing particularly spectacular from this point onwards in terms of the Nepenthes, but I'll grab it anyway and you can have a look. So I'll be back in a moment. So this is a tray of less exciting ones. These are just alatas that I have propagated by doing stem cuttings. So these are starting to nicely grow the new traps this year. A nice little one in here. I mean, literally that was not really anything more than a size of my thumbnail last week, and now they're coming. These are much tinier, but they're beginning to get there. Alata I find actually doesn't seem to mind the wind is still being quite sunny. There's another one. Whereas some of the other plants, they do blush a bit, they go a bit red. These ones don't seem to mind too much. They're quite tolerant of it. So yeah, that's basically the end of the Nepenthes. So I will grab some of the other things that I have on some of the other windowsills. Back shortly. Oh, I almost forgot the Nepenthes I bought from Scotland Carnivorous Plants last year. So these are all in one tray, but I've divided them out so to make it a bit easier to actually see them. So this little one here is burbidgeae crossed with veitchii. Still quite a small little plant. It's looking really nice. It's got a lovely new glossy leaf there, and it's got a little trap coming here, but it's still quite a juvenile plant, so that's looking really nice. And we've got the front here, we've got my spectabilis. This is a really nice one. It's got some lovely quite a nice light picture there, but some really dark flecking on it. And we've got a lovely selection of little pictures here. Nice one there. It's got some lovely hairs down its sort of the spine there. There's a few more at the back. And we've got another little one coming here. It's all looking really nice. And then this one here is spathulata crossed with ampullaria. Oh, phone's running out of battery. This one again is really nice. It's still quite a juvenile little plant here, but it's got a lovely little picture here. Lovely green colour, lovely red peristome there. Quite an open lid on that one, so that's really nice. If we flip this tray round, we'll see the ones at the back. So this little one here is spectabilis crossed with bongso. This one, when I bought it, the picture looked really interesting. The traps look really, really nice, and they certainly haven't disappointed so far. These little small ones are really beautifully coloured. They've got lovely red flecking on the outside, and the peristome there has got some beautiful banding on it. It's got another little one coming here, and another nice little adult one there. Again, some beautiful colouring on the peristome and the body there. And then finally in this tray we've got veitchii crossed with lowii crossed with robcantleyi. So this one mostly new traps on this at the moment. It's looking quite green. I can't remember what the colouring is going to look like on this one eventually. There's a nice new one coming there, quite a decent sized one, and we've got a couple of older ones around here. So we've got an older one here that's going to show, let's turn around a bit more, show a bit more of what the colour is going to look like. So again, this one's got some nice banding on there on the peristome, and the trap is developing some nice colour. And there's an older one back there that's mostly green. We've got a few new ones coming, got some nice leaf growth as well. And then we go to my slightly bigger tray. I'll grab you forwards. Leave that one out of the way for a moment. We'll deal with that one in a moment. So this one is spathulata crossed with robcantleyi. Again, this is a lovely specimen. It's got some really nice big leaves, some beautiful new growth coming, and we've got some really nice. Let's find one that's a bit easier to see. Got some really nice traps here. Got some lovely shape there. Quite toothy up the back there. Quite a vertical neck on the back there, and lovely red peristome, and some nice colouring down into the trap itself. And that's a decent sized trap, that one. And we've got some other ones coming as well, some little ones at the back there, an older one there, so that's looking really, really nice. Put you back. We'll come back to the one in the middle in a moment. On this far left hand side we've got spathulata crossed with ampullaria. This is the all green one, so I've got another one which was the coloured one you saw earlier, and this is the sort of all green one, and this is really, really nice. It's almost sort of a lime green, but it's got beautiful colouring that when you look at it like that, you think, oh, that beautiful red colouring is going to go all the way down, but it stops just part way down the thing. So that's a really, really nice trap there. And we've got another lovely big one here. Oops. So if we get this one out. Again, beautiful green colour and sort of speckling all the way down to sort of part way down, or sorry, not all the way down, but part way down into the actual body there. And then it sort of peters out, and you can actually see where it sort of peters out from the outside there. And then finally, the one which I wanted for so long after seeing it is my hamata. So this is my hamata 3380 clone, and this is absolutely stunning. I thought this might be difficult to keep, but she just loves it on my windowsill. There's a nice new one coming. Here's a slightly older trap. Again, the toothiness of this and the hairs on the lid are just absolutely beautiful. I might try and get a close-up of the teeth on this one, or one of the other ones. But she's got so many traps on the go. We've got another one here. Again, beautiful colouring on the outside. We've got another one here. Again, the teeth are just stunning. I love the hairs on the lid. Another one there. So let's just get a close-up of these teeth, because these are... So we get a bit lighter on that. That is just stunning. There we go. So that is all the Nepenthes now. So yeah, see what we can find next. So here's a tray of Drosera senjus. Got a variety in here. A lot of these I've sown from seed, which I've got from the Carnivorous plant seed bank. So there's auriculata. It's not doing particularly well. I don't think the camera's going to particularly focus on this. I mean, some of the things have still got a little dew on them. This one I think has died. I had quite a few of the seeds come up, but then I had quite a lot of losses to that sort of creeping white mould, or no, it's mould or fungus that goes across the compost surface, a bit like what you can see on this one, which seems to wipe out a lot of little seeds. So I think I've lost this one. Like I say, this one maybe is still alive in places. I mean, it's definitely a dewy bit there. But yeah, it's not doing as well as I'd hoped it would. We got a little filliformis in there. What the heck's that? That's an unknown. It just happened to be some seed that were left in the bottom of the bag. These guys here, and here, and here, and here. Not those ones. These are Drosera and madagascariensis. So I've had this one. Again, I regrew this from seed. I really like this one. It goes really quite tall. Unfortunately, I lost all of them about a couple of years ago in quite a bad frost. But these actually, I'm going to move these out to the greenhouse at some point, because they absolutely really loved it in the greenhouse. That previous year I grew them. We got some capensis. Now they say they're the red form, but I suspect only that one maybe is the red form. Some of these are supposed to be red as well. I'm not entirely convinced that these are all the red ones. Let me see what that little guy is. Can I read that? Hold on. Natalensis, maybe. Little spatula sundew. That's doing alright. It's quite nice. Must admit they do look quite similar to all the other ones, but I thought I'd give it a go just to something different. another capensis of some description. And then we come on to regia, or regia, and I've got quite a few regia that survived. These are doing alright actually. I'm feeding these quite a bit because they do seem to enjoy that. So hopefully they'll produce much bigger plants soon. And they're still quite small at the moment, but just give them time. This is a paradoxa. It's not doing particularly well. I don't quite know if I've got the right conditions for this at the moment. I think it wants to be a bit warmer, and I haven't quite got those conditions at the moment. This one is a Scorpioides. I really like this one. It's almost a little pygmy one, but it's not. It's a bit taller. Quite a few. I mean, this was actually a shop bought one. Quite a few of the actual crowns died over the winter, which was really strange. I mean, they went to tight little homunculi in the winter, and then a lot of them just never reopened. They just sort of browned off and died. However, they seem to keep little babies up the top, up the actual stem there, and so I've managed to pull those off and shove them in the compost, and I've got loads and loads of little ones going. So I'm really well pleased with that. I also quite like this because I've fed this one quite a bit, so we can get it to focus. And I found actually that of all the sundews, if you actually watch this one, you can just about detect the tentacles actually closing in on the prey. It's quite extraordinary, really. It's probably one of the fastest ones I've seen of the Droseras. And then we got a couple more capensis, I suspect. And this is a Pinguicula vulgaris, which is just finally starting to show signs of coming out of dormancy. Being really slow about that one. But yeah, so that's a tray of Drosera. I've got another tray of Drosera, which I'll show you in just a moment. Back soon. So again, this is another tray of Drosera. Most of the ones in here are Drosera venusta. I found that she really didn't like the heat of my greenhouse, so she seems to grow much better on the windowsill. I must admit, in the greenhouse she went really red. I thought, oh, this is really beautiful, and then lost all the sticky, and I think the couple I had in the greenhouse trying it up there died, and I really didn't like it. These are actually doing much better in a warm, sunny windowsill rather than actually a greenhouse. Although that one is not doing as well at the moment. I did divide quite a few of these because they were really stuffed up in the pot, a bit like Drosera there, which I again need to do something with. That is spathulata tamlin. A couple of little specimens in there, just pop them in a slightly bigger pot, and again I need to split these guys because they are overcrowded in there. Then we've got a few little ones. I think they claim to be rotundifolia. I'm not entirely convinced. And a couple of little spatula ones in there. Again, I do not quite know where they arrived from. They were picked out of other pots of things I had, and I don't quite know their origin. And I'm not entirely sure what that little set of seeds in there is. Must admit, they're very difficult to identify when they're really small. And we've got some Drosera affinis, Namibia. These are doing all right. They're quite nice. Again, this one actually I think is supposedly will cope with more warmer temperatures, so I might actually try one of these pots in the greenhouse, see if it likes it up there. I'll have to let it adjust. They've got a lot of flowers at the moment, and they're getting a bit scrappy. They don't. They've gone quite tall and leggy. I might try and get some seeds and sow some more seeds to actually bring them from start them again. But they're okay. They're quite nice on the windowsill. Need to prop the seed heads up. They keep getting green fly on the seed heads, which is really frustrating. They don't seem to. On occasions, I've had to pick them off the actual plants, and spathulata also seems to get a lot of green fly on the seeds or the flower stalks. They don't seem to trouble, although there's some white specks, which are the old bodies of the green fly. They don't seem to bother it too much on the actual traps. I think I've had it quite bad on the venusta but maybe these guys have got more sticky and therefore they catch more of the greenfly than actually greenfly do them damage. So that's the tray of capensis, or sorry, droseras, and then we'll go to the final set of trays. In fact, I've got one more upstairs, and I've got my pinguiculas. So I'll grab the pinguiculas and show you those. So this is my tray of pinguiculas I've got in the house. So quite a few of these are a fairly common one called Pinguicula tina. So this is a tina. It's got a nice specimen there. These to the front are tina as well. This one is Wesser. So these three here are Wesser. It's really nice. It's got a lovely sort of purpley sort of colour and tinge to it, almost pinky purple. The flowers are really nice. Sadly, I've never managed to get my Wessers to actually flower. I don't know why they won't. My tinas will flower just all the time when they get a bit bigger. But my Wessers I've never managed to actually get to flower. And then we've got a bunch more tinas. So these are tina babies from leaf pullings. And I think that is probably a tina, and that is probably a tina. Okay, so this is, let's get a look at this. Guatemala. Oh, Guatemala, that's right. So this is Pinguicula Guatemala. This is really nice. I actually got given this as a shop bought plant, and it's really, really nice. It's got absolutely huge, and I've just noticed there she's got a flower coming, so I'm really pleased about that. See what colour her flower is. We've got that's another Guatemala there. We've got an agnata. Let's just move those flowers out of the way. So this is a Pinguicula agnata, as is this one at the back. I think that, again, these were shop bought ones, which I've divided up since I got them. And also take them out of the awful shop bought compost that they put in them, which is like, you know, just wet, soggy mush. It's just revolting. Put them in a much more open draining compost. This little one here is Pinguicula emaginata crossed with Sakiri. This has got a beautiful little tiny little white flower, which is probably going to struggle to actually focus on. It's a lovely little plant, this one. These two have been going for quite some time, so I'm really pleased with these ones. I've got loads of other ones upstairs, actually, which I'll show you shortly. And again, this is another shop bought one. This is Anna. I think these are little Annas. No, those are Agnatas. This has been flowering basically since I got her. About, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, probably even longer. And she's just been flowering ever since. I mean, she's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 flowers on at the moment as is. And she's just flowered and flowered and flowered. I mean, before I started this video, I cut some of the dead flowers off. And there must have been, you know, half a dozen of those at least. So it's a really pretty one. Bit more slender leaves than some of the other ones I got, like the Guatemala or the Tina. Have much bigger open leaves. So yeah, this is really nice. Especially like the really beautiful flowers. Let's find a better one. So the flowers are really gorgeous on that one. It's a shame that Guatemala is not actually out flowering yet, so I could show you that one. So that's that set of Pinguiculas. There's one more tray I'll show you upstairs, and I'll go and do that now. And finally, this is the last tray inside. So we've got a few more Pinguiculas on here. Some are not doing as well, so these are a couple more or 3 more Tinas. They got thrips attacked them about a year ago, really did them quite a lot of damage. These two have recovered quite nicely. This one is still a bit unhappy with its life, as did a lot of my Imaginata, crossed with the Sakiri. So these are all little ones of that from seed. Some are doing really okay. Others are not doing quite so well. This one's a bit stunted. This is this should be grandiflora. Sowed some seed. A few have come up. I was hoping this was actually something else, that I lost an awful lot of them. But I think this is actually the grandiflora I did sow the seed for. What's this one then? That's some vulgaris, but I don't think actually vulgaris has actually set any seed in there, unfortunately. I did have some lusitanica, but unfortunately all, like I said on the video earlier, they just got a carpet of sort of white fluffy, it was not quite mould, but sort of creeping sort of fluff on the compost, and it just seemed to kill them all. They just rotted off, unfortunately. And again, was hopefully some seed for vulgaris, but nothing's come up. And then we got 3 more Nepenthes, so we've got another Bloody Mary. It's doing all right. I've got let's just grab the label so you can see it a bit better. I'll show you while I grab the label. So this is lowii crossed with ventricosa, called boschiana or burbidgeae. This is really nice. I like the shape of this one. It's quite a small trap at the moment, but the shape is just beautiful. I like that sort of pinched in waist. And again, you can see on the inside of the lid there, it is absolutely covered in nectar. And she's got that one back here. Again, even more pronounced pinching in there of the waist. And the peristome is really beautiful. Really dark red bands on already a red peristome. And then finally this one at the end is, let's grab the label. This is Hookerania, or Hookerania. It's doing alright. I mean, the plant's not looking too bad. Again, she's not got any traps at the moment. She might be starting to produce them fairly soon. She's never done that well. She's always been quite slow. It's a propagation of one I had from my mum. So it's not... Yeah, it is a very slow one, but hopefully this year, now it's got a bit bigger, it'll actually start to produce some better traps and things, because the traps on my mum's one is really, really nice. So I'd really like it if this one actually produced a few more nice traps like that. And then one final thing is I have got... let's see, what is this one? Oh, label's broken. This is Adele. I've read that right. The label is completely collapsed. So this is I think it's an Australian sundew, if I remember rightly. It likes it really humid, hence why it lives in a fishbowl. It's doing all right. When I had this out of the fishbowl, it just never really did very well. It really wasn't happy. It didn't dew up. In the fishbowl, it seems to do all right. I do need to possibly feed it every now and again. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased with this one. Just doesn't show very well inside the fishbowl, that's all. So I hope you enjoyed the look round my plants inside. Quite a lot of Nepenthes, quite a lot of Pinguiculas, and a few Droseras. Yeah, this is my inside hobby for all the ones that don't like it hot and stinking or really cold in the greenhouse at winter. So if you like this sort of thing, do give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and leave any comments, especially around the coloration of the leaves. So this is quite darkly red. It used to be downstairs. It's now in a windowsill upstairs, which is a lot less light. Like I say, it doesn't seem to stop them producing traps. I would have thought if it was they were really happy at that too much light, they wouldn't trap, or perhaps if there was not enough humidity again, they wouldn't do that. But they do seem to be quite okay with that. I mean, this one was downstairs. It started to darken quite a bit, so I've moved it somewhere a little bit less. It's still sunny in the morning, but it's not so sunny for as long. Whereas some of these windowsills down here, they are sunny for quite a good period of the middle of the day. So yeah, do leave me comments and suggestions, and yeah, think about subscribing to my channel, and hopefully I'll do some more content like this in the future. Thank you for watching.